What if I told you there are birds on Earth that can fly for months without ever touching the ground? No landing, no breaks, just endless flight. And somehow they eat, drink, and even sleep while staying in the air. The bird that does this best is called the common swift, and it might be one of the most extreme animals on the planet. Once these birds take off, they can stay airborne for up to 10 months straight. That's not a theory. Scientists have tracked them. They migrate across continents, cross oceans, and barely stop moving. So the question is, how is that even possible? First, food. You'd think they'd need to land to eat, but they don't. Swifts feed on something called aerial plankton, tiny insects floating through the sky. While flying, they simply open their mouths and scoop them up. No hunting, no stopping, just constant motion. In fact, a single swift can eat thousands of insects per day without ever landing once. Okay, but what about water? They can't exactly land at a lake, right? Instead, swifts skim the surface of water mid-flight. They fly low, dip their beaks, and grab water without slowing down. It's like refueling, without ever stopping the engine. Now here's where it gets insane. Swifts don't just eat and drink in the air. They also sleep while flying. Scientists believe they use something called unihemispheric sleep. That means one half of their brain sleeps, while the other half stays awake. So they can keep flying, while technically being asleep. At night, they glide at high altitudes, resting while drifting through the sky. So why don't they just land? Well, for swifts, landing is actually dangerous. Their bodies are built for flight, not walking. Their legs are short and weak, and taking off from the ground is difficult. If they land in the wrong place, they might not be able to get back into the air. So instead of risking it, they just never land at all. Swifts aren't the only birds that stay airborne for long periods. Frigate birds, for example, can fly for weeks at a time over the ocean. They use wind currents to glide effortlessly, barely flapping their wings. But even they still land eventually. Swifts are on another level. Everything about a swift is designed for flight. Long, curved wings for efficiency, lightweight bodies, massive stamina. They're basically living fighter jets. Every part of their biology is optimized for staying in the air as long as possible. So, next time you look up and see a bird flying overhead, just remember, some of them haven't landed in months. They've eaten, drank, and even slept without ever touching the ground. And honestly, that might be one of the most insane survival strategies on Earth.